Jack, can you tell me how many districts in this proposal have been changed?
I think every district has been changed to some degree, large or small, except Dennis Gabrizak, who has 2 towns. You can't break the towns. They're within the 5%. In fact, they're probably closer to 3% variance. So that was certainly the easiest one we had to draw.
Okay,
and let me think. Is there another one we didn't break somehow or add to? I don't think there's another one that hasn't had some change.
So we'll say 99% of the people's seats have been changed.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. How many towns do you think have been broken up for the people in the state of New York? The towns.
I would say no more than 1.
No more than 1. Okay.
And that would be Ramapo, which is where I assume the next question's coming from.
And correct. And could you tell me why that one town was broken up?
Well, based on public hearings, based on tradition, based on the court ruling that okayed a previous plan with Ramapo broken up, we felt that for a lot of reasons it made sense for the 3 districts that were forming in there, that we were able to continue to do that based upon judicially approved tradition going back for at least 3 redistrictings. It's a judgment call, but we felt that there was a continuity of representation in still dividing Ramapo.
So
and
really,
we did it.
Ramapo years ago was a lot smaller, and now it's gotten a lot larger.
That's
so
true.
To equal out, we decided we'll pick 1 town, and so we'll cut that up. So we'll make it fair so that the people's seat can be broken up, you know, truly to be served the right way. We feel that you would say that that's correct?
Yes, but I think when you get into certain parts of the state, people have a closer identity to their villages than they do to their towns, particularly when the town is especially large. If I remember the numbers correctly, I think it was eligible to be a district, but on the light side. And we had a lot of testimony from people who both sent in and showed up about the particular villages. Geographically, it is hard to avoid doing it. And let's take a look at that pillar of good government here, the Common Cause map. Guess what they did to Ramapo, too? They split it up.
Yeah, so they know best. Okay. So the map makers, the people who make the maps, the suggestions, the qualifications that they have to control the maps. The people behind the curtain who are creating the maps, the people who are, you know.
Well, we don't have a curtain, but the staff draws the maps or gives direction, but there are technicians, some of whom are not in the least bit political. We publicly advertise for them. They come from a background where they're very familiar with computers, and they like dealing with them. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not great at computers, but I like drawing maps and have been doing it for 40 years. In fact, did it back in the Peace Corps in South America. So those are who your map makers are, but the direction comes from the top. We have 2 co-chairs, myself and Senator Nozzolio. To my immediately left here is Dr. Roman Hedges, who is a adjunct professor from time to time and a long-time expert, and a number of other people who work. I do notice that the ones on the computers tend to be a little younger than the ones that aren't.
Okay. Jack, if you don't mind, I just want to give an opinion.
Certainly.
What I think. I think the 98th Assembly District is not Annie Rabbitt's district.
Pardon me?
I believe the 98th Assembly District is not Annie Rabbitt's district. I believe it's the people's district, the people who will elect the next person to serve. I believe the 98th Assembly District is so cut up that whoever represents them will not really be able to represent them fairly. So I just really would like you to understand that it's so chopped up that the person really would have to be, I'm not even going to say an encyclopedia because we're so savvy with computers, the person would have to have a mind of Google to just keep up with the kind of flow that district will be expected to have. So I just kind of, that's really the one concern. The other concern that I have, Jack, is, we talk about years of people have been here and saw redistricting, but the sad part is we don't learn from every 10 years. We come back, we kind of brag about the horror that we felt, what we saw, and people say, live through it. But you know what? That's pathetic that we live through it, and we don't learn to say, this isn't working. Because you know what? It's not really fair to the people. They're not fair. So, to stand here once again the whole day waiting around for the big moment to come and to clearly state to our colleagues, is anybody truly happy? But really, we shouldn't even be worried about if we're happy. The people of the state of New York can truly not be happy when they see the way these lines are cut up from the map people, the experts who know how to do this. So, Jack, I will be voting in the negative, and thank you very much.
Thank you. I will point out that there was not one negative bit of testimony mailed in or sent in electronically or given by someone showing up at the 23 public hearings that made a negative comment on splitting up Ramapo, and even Common Cause did it. But I surely respect your opinion.
Okay, and I just want to say something, Jack. We're here, it's inside baseball. The people of our districts are very busy. They're worrying about losing their houses, can't pay their taxes, they can't find a job. The lines are not a top priority. When they're in the unemployment line, they don't really care about the lines of the New York State Senate and the Assembly. So it's kind of inside, baseball to say to the people, did you know about these hearings? Did you know? And to force people to go to a meeting to say, speak for me when I represent the people that I'm speaking for today.
I think that the people of New York had elected representatives to speak up, as you're doing now. I think it's somewhere around 400 people showed up at various public hearings across the state, and also because from a communications point of view, this was indeed the most open redistricting because of the computer age that we're in now with the internet and the Lat4 website, and hundreds more, I don't have the exact count, it could even be thousands, send in suggestions, comments, criticisms, and once in a while even praise. I think we framed those. But, to say that the people weren't paying attention, I have to say statewide, don't forget a lot of the people that came in, representatives of NYPIRG, of Common Cause, of Citizens Union, of the Unity Map people representing minorities in New York City. When we would see one of them there, we knew they represented hundreds, if not thousands of others. So I believe there was input, though I agree to a lot of people that redistricting is not always the sexiest topic in New York State.
So maybe we'll learn again by these errors for the next time, so when we stand here, we'll relive this nightmare in 10 more years, Jack. Thank you, Jack.